Hey there, it's William. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a GE dryer that only makes low heat. This might be happening due to a malfunctioning thermostat, a clogged vent, or even faulty heating element. Let's figure out what could be causing the problem and how to fix it. Before we get started, take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you want to see more videos to help you tackle all your home appliance repairs. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. First, let's get our tools together. Today we'll need a multimeter, a Phillips screwdriver, a Torx 20 driver, and a hair dryer. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Always disconnect your dryer from power by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. Ready? Let's go. Now we're going to use our Torx 20 driver to remove the mounting screws along the top of the console and rotate the console forward. Now we need to set the selector to cotton or high heat, and then remove the orange wire at terminal 16 and the blue wire at terminal 8. We can set our multimeter to continuity mode, which looks like a sideways Wi-Fi symbol, and use our multimeter probes to test from the orange wire at terminal 15 to the empty terminal at 16. There should be continuity here, so your meter will probably make a beeping sound. You shouldn't be getting continuity at any other terminal at this point. If you do, then you'll know that the temperature selector is bad. If you have continuity from terminal 15 to 16, but not to the other terminals, then we can set the selector to delicate or low heat. Now you can test from terminal 6 to the yellow wire at terminal 7. If there's continuity here, that means the selector switch is good, so we can put the console back in place and continue troubleshooting. Our next stop is the outlet thermostat or cycling thermostat, which is located on the blower housing. To test the outlet thermostat, we need to use our Phillips screwdriver to remove the 2 screws at the top of the front panel, just behind the door. Now we're going to lift the top panel up just a bit so we can clear the console legs and pull it forward. We're going to remove the Phillips screws that are found at each back corner of the front panel. Once we've done that, we can lift the front panel up, rotate it to the side, and disconnect the door switch wires. Then we can set the front panel to the side. With that moved out of the way, we're going to reach under our drum, and we're going to disconnect the belt from the belt pulley. Once that is disconnected, we're going to go ahead and lift up on the belt and use it to assist in pulling the drum forward and out. Now we can set that to the side as well. Once we've accessed the outlet thermostat, we need to disconnect one of its wires. We need to keep our multimeter on continuity mode to test the thermostat while heating it with the hair dryer. The thermostat should only open after a few minutes of heating up. This specific thermostat opens up at 135 degrees. If it doesn't show continuity within a few seconds after applying heat, then that means the thermostat has failed and would need to be replaced. If there's continuity until it heats up to 135 degrees, then the thermostat is good and you'll need to keep troubleshooting. Once we're in the dryer, we can see the inlet thermostat on top of the element housing, on the left side closer to the top. We're going to remove one wire and set our multimeter to continuity so we can test it. Let's use the multimeter probes to test the thermostat for continuity while heating it with a hair dryer. A hair dryer only reaches 140 degrees at most, which is well within the tolerance of this thermostat. If there's no continuity after the hair dryer heats it up, like we see here, then the inlet thermostat has failed and will need to be replaced. If there is continuity, the thermostat is good and we'll need to continue troubleshooting. Next up is the heating element, which needs to be tested for resistance. To isolate the element, we're going to unplug the blue wire and the purple wire so we don't get a false reading. With the meter set to resistance, which looks like an upside down horseshoe, or in this case, my meter does not have the low resistance, so I'm going to use continuity. We're going to set our black meter probe onto the purple wire terminal for the common terminal, and then the red probe onto the other element terminals. Each winding should have a resistance of 19.2 ohms, plus or minus 1 ohm. If the resistance is outside the range, then the element needs to be replaced. On this specific dryer, you might remember that we found out the outlet thermostat was bad. If your dryer happens to have the same problem, let's walk through how to replace it. First, remove the single Phillips head screw. Then, take the wires off, making note of where they go so you can put them back on the right terminals. Here's the old outlet thermostat and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now we can mount the new thermostat and secure it with the Phillips head screw. We also need to install the wires. Once the new thermostat is installed, we can put the dryer back together. Let's double check to make sure the wires are all attached to the correct positions. When that's all set, we're going to install the drum and belt. This can be a little difficult, so make sure to get the belt firmly on the motor pulley. Then grab the front panel. We're going to connect the door switch wires and then set the front panel onto the dryer. We need to secure it with the screws we removed earlier. Now we're going to slide the top panel on the console legs, rotate the top panel down, and then secure it with the long Phillips screws we removed from behind the door. Don't forget to plug the dryer back in or flip the circuit breaker back on. Once you've found the faulty part, whether it was a thermostat or something else, grab your model number and head over to appliancepartspros.com to order a replacement, which should arrive in just a few days. After you get your new part, we can walk you through the installation with our video guides. Share your repair experience with us by leaving a comment below. And if this video helped you, hit the like and subscribe buttons to see more videos like this. Thanks for your support.